Hello my friends, I hope you're having a lovely day, and in today's video I'm going to do something I really never do. I'm going to go over the nominees for some of the categories for the 2019 Game Awards, because there's a lot of people talking about them, there's a lot of hubbub about what's been nominated and why, and I thought I would drop in and give my 2 cents. I am by no way or means a person you should listen to on any of this. I don't think my opinion should be valued above anybody else's. While I have played a good amount of these games, I have not played them all, and I'm still working through some of them, so I can't go through every category. I'm going to pick some of the bigger ones and give my opinion there. And you can tell me why I'm wrong, and I'm going to do some categories where I haven't played all the games either, but I still feel very strongly about one of the titles or a few of the titles, so I thought this would be fun to do. Please don't take it seriously. Like I said, my word is not gospel. I am not in any place to be picking which of these games deserves to win, but I thought it would be a fun thing to do and also get some feedback from you guys to see what choices you pick as well. So again, not going through all the categories, just a handful of them. Obviously, we have to talk about Game of the Year, where the nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, and The Outer Worlds. I am familiar with Control and Death Stranding and Smash Bros. I have not played Resident Evil 2, the remake. I played the original. Sekiro or The Outer Worlds. I have Sekiro, but it's sitting in my backlog. So, still, I felt like I need to comment on this. I am playing Death Stranding, and I'm really enjoying Death Stranding, but I think it's too niche of a title. And a Game of the Year game can be a niche title, certainly, but I just feel like the impressions from the public at large have been far too mixed on the game to really call it a Game of the Year. Usually you get a Game of the Year where, like, at least a large majority of people feel like, yeah, this is really something special. I personally think Death Stranding is something special, but I also know people don't like it. Some people hate it. People don't get it. That's totally fine. I get it. I clearly see where that's coming from. For me, I'm enjoying it. Smash Bros. Ultimate is such a celebration of the game industry in general. It's really like a magical experience. It's not something you see any other game developers doing as far as bringing together all these companies and characters and just celebrating video games all mixed together in the Smash Bros. Like gameplay, which is always fantastic and always a ton of fun, and I've probably put more hours into Smash Bros. As a franchise than any other franchise out there. So I think Smash Bros. Ultimate definitely deserves a place on this list, and there's Control, which, man, I just really like Control. I think Control tells a super interesting story, and it does so in a really strong way. It's very sure of the story it's telling, and it's like, it has dialogue that's very well written, very well acted, and the gameplay itself is pretty close to what was in Alan Wake. There's certainly some similarities between the two, and there's just something about that gameplay that I find really really interesting. And I know this probably has zero chance of actually winning, but I think I might give the nod to Control in this group. I just love the story. I think it's graphically very impressive. I think the audio is fantastic. And the gameplay is very simple to understand, but very interesting. There's a couple unique twists in there with abilities that you get. But yeah, again, it might not be a popular choice, but I think I'm going with Control. There is Best Art Direction, which has nominated Control, Death Stranding, Gris, G-R-I-S, or Gris, depending on how you say it, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro, and The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. The only one I haven't played here is Sekiro, but obviously I know what it looks like. I think all these games are visually impressive. Control and Death Stranding go for a more realistic approach with their visuals. Gris and Sayonara Wild Hearts are extremely stylized. Sekiro, I don't know what you call it, a mix of realistic and not realistic. And The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening does like a tilt-shift style visual, with figurines or toys or whatever you want to say. So all very interesting and very fun to look at, but there's only one game on this list that really took my breath away when I played it, visually, and that's Gris. Gris is just such a gorgeous game to me. It's all hand-drawn visuals for the most part. And like it really was the one game on this list where I would play it and like sit in awe of what I was seeing. And I have a deep appreciation for hand-drawn animation to begin with, so that obviously is bleeding into why I like Grease so much. But I feel like any moment you see in Grease could be like a painting. It'd be something I'd love to hang on my wall. It's just gorgeous artwork overall. It's an unbelievably pretty game. So this is a pretty easy pick for me. I'm going with Grease. There is the Best Score/Music category, which is nominated Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. While I have not played all of these games, I've actually listened to the soundtracks for them. And they're all fantastic soundtracks, and there's games like Sayonara Wild Hearts and Cadence of Hyrule where the music is a crucial part of the gameplay. The game is built around the music, and then there's games that just have great music like the other three. But which is the best? When I think of best soundtrack, I'm like, which one would I put on my iPhone and listen to it like in the car, or listen to it while I'm working, or, you know, just listen to it in general. And I've listened to all these soundtracks while working, but like to listen to them repeatedly. I think, to tell you the truth, I've been listening the most to Death Stranding. And that goes for the songs that are in the game from bands that exist, you know, outside of the game, real bands, quote unquote real bands. I don't know what you want to call them. As well as the original compositions for the game. And I just love the sound of Death Stranding. It is definitely music I would listen to even if Death Stranding didn't exist. Like if I found out about the bands or the songs in general, I would be like, oh, I really like these. I was actually just playing some of the music from Death Stranding for my fiance the other day, and I didn't tell her it was from Death Stranding, and she was like, man, this is really good. And I said, yeah, it's all from Death Stranding. So just for I was going to say my personal taste, which is how I'm picking everything on this list, but it just falls in line with what I would usually listen to. I'm going to pick Death Stranding. We have Best Performance, which nominated Ashley Birch for The Outer Worlds, Courtney Hope for Control, Laura Bailey for Gears 5, Mads Mikkelsen for Death Stranding, Matthew Peretta for Control, and Norman Reedus in Death Stranding. And this is a totally selfish category for me to pick because I am such a huge fan of Mads Mikkelsen. I am without a doubt picking him for this category. I didn't even know Mads Mikkelsen was an actor. I didn't know anything about him. And then I found out about the show Hannibal when it was airing its second season, or about to air its second season. And I was reading about, it was like a thread on Reddit that was like, why is nobody watching Hannibal? And I was like, I don't know, why am I not watching Hannibal? So I started watching it, and I was blown away. Hannibal is, without a doubt, one of my favorite shows of all time. If you haven't seen Hannibal, you gotta see it. But the performance by Mads Mikkelsen in Hannibal blew me away. I thought he was a phenomenal actor to take on a role that has been so famously portrayed by Sir Anthony Hopkins and do his own thing. I know this might be blasphemy, but I think he did a better job than Anthony Hopkins. I think he's creepier, and I just love it. And that led me to check out some of Mads' other work. And I just love him. I just love the guy. He's unlike any other actor, I think. And when I heard that he was going to be in Death Stranding, I was like, oh, that's it. This game's a must-buy for me. So yeah, it's totally selfish and not fair to anybody else. I'm picking Mads Mikkelsen mostly because A, I love the guy, and B, watch Hannibal. I want you to watch Hannibal if you haven't seen it. We have Best Independent Game, which has Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game. Baba Is You is a very interesting puzzle game, and I really do enjoy it, but I don't know. And I haven't played Disco Elysium. I haven't played Outer Wilds. Untitled Goose Game I've played. It's a phenomenon. There's no doubt about it. It's gone far beyond what most games do. It became, very memeable on the internet and still is. Celebrities were talking about the game. The game has sold ridiculously well and still is. It's gone far above and beyond what the developers expected of it. So there's an argument to be made there. And then there's Katana Zero, which I was super psyched for before it came out. And it tells a really interesting, nuanced, sad, violent story, and has such a such a vibe to it. It really nails like a very unique vibe. It mixes together like neon sci-fi Blade Runner-esque kind of stuff, but it does its own thing too. And it's very brutal and visceral and, like I said, sad. And the gameplay is just fun. There's time mechanics to mess with and stringing together combos and multiple ways to approach levels and just fast and frenetic. I think I'm gonna go with Katana Zero. Untitled Goose Game I have showed to people, and I've been like, you gotta see this game, it's really funny. But Katana Zero, I have been like, to friends and family, I said, you have to play this game, it's really something special. And I've recommended it to multiple people and watched them play through. I was like excited to see them play. So based on my own personal experience and how much I've recommended it to other people, I think I have to go with Katana Zero. Best Family Game has nominated Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Mario, or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. I'm familiar with all of these games. Which game is the best for family? Well, they're all appropriate for family. Some of these games have multiplayer. Well, let's see. I guess yeah, there's multiplayer. What is the best for family, though? I don't know. That's an interesting one. There's an argument to be made for every single game on here. Well, I think I'll take out Smash Brothers. I'm going to take out Smash Brothers for family, but everything else here. Ring Fit Adventure can definitely get the family up and moving in ways that the other games can't. Luigi's Mansion has multiplayer. I think I'm gonna take out, I feel like if I take out Luigi's Mansion 3, I gotta take out Yoshi's Crafted World as well. What the hell, I'll take them both out. Super Mario Maker 2 and Ring Fit Adventure. I think I'm gonna go with Super Mario Maker 2, because it is a type of game that everybody can play and is most likely familiar with. Very, basic Mario 2D platforming. Everybody knows what that's about, pretty much. But also, the family can come together and build levels and, put it up on the TV and work together and make some unique creations by collaborating with one another. So, yeah, I feel good about that choice. I'm going to go with Super Mario Maker 2. I'm very proud of myself for how I whittled down the games. I don't know if you're going to agree with my decision, but I feel good about it. I'm going with Super Mario Maker 2. There are many other categories for the 2019 Game Awards, but those are the ones I feel most comfortable in picking things about. There's stuff like Best Esports, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about that. Best Sports Game, I don't know anything about that. Content Creator of the Year, I am not familiar. So make sure you check out the list of the full nominees, because I'll include a link in the description, because there's a lot of interesting discussions to be had about those. But yeah, I'm just giving you my thoughts on the categories I feel most comfortable with, and I'm sure I've given answers that have made plenty of people upset. So let me know how you feel about the choices I made, and also the picks you would go with in the categories that I discussed. But that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. It's very much appreciated. Also, a huge thank you to everybody over on the Patreon. We're having a blast there this week. We are doing, I put up a post about what topics people that are patrons want to see me write about, and I've been working my way down that list this week. So I've been writing about topics that patrons have had questions about. So that's what's going on. I got a lot more to go through, but yeah, that's what we're doing. Thank you to everybody that supports me over there. I really appreciate it. You doing that allows me to do what I do. Videos like this, the podcast, the site in general, social media, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. If you want to learn more about the Patreon, which is just $1, you can click the link in the description below. But for today, that's it. Again, I've been taking the approach of, if I have an idea for a video, or it's something I want to show or discuss or cover, I will make a video. I don't want to go where I'm making a video every weekday because I have to have a video every weekday. It feels forced, it doesn't feel right, and it feels, it just doesn't feel right. I don't feel like I should do that to you guys. I should give you content when I have ideas for content. I shouldn't just pump out content because I feel like there should be a video every day. So hopefully, this week has been a little bit quieter, obviously, but this was an idea I was toying with, not something I usually do. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So I'll be back later this week as long as I got something to talk about. And please, if there's things you want me to talk about or games you want to see or whatever, leave a comment in the description, and I will leave a comment below, and I'll certainly consider it. But yeah, that's it for today. So until the next video, have a lovely day and a lovely evening, and I'll see you in a few short hours.